Hey everyone, my name is Kumo and this is my reaction to the third episode of Death March Kara Hajimaru Isekai Kyousoukyoku. So, in the last episode, Satu rescued Zena, the girl who's voiced by Takahashi Rii, which I somehow didn't pick up on as fast as I should have. And yeah, by putting a bajillion points in his bullshitting skills, he was able to get through that whole situation, have a backstory as a merchant, and go to the nearby town. And, establish a life there as best he can. He went to an inn because a cute little girl named Martha was kind of pushy, to get him to come to her family's inn. And, he stayed there. And she showed him around town a little bit. He was put more points into things like bargaining and haggling and stuff like that. And, he just looks around at people, looking their profile, their name, and everything, and their titles. And he saw a girl named Arisa in a wagon or something that zoomed on by. And she had the titles The Exiled Witch and The Crazy Princess, and those titles definitely got his attention. I'm sure she'll come into play later. And he rescued, a couple of cute lolly slaves, who I know are gonna come into play more later because they're very prominent in the opening and the ending. And yeah, near the end there, Zena showed up. She wanted a date with Satu as well. So yeah, that should be where we pick up in the third episode, I would imagine. So let's get into it. Let us begin in 3, 2, 1, play. And yeah, start picking up right off from here. Possibly to a love hotel afterwards if, this world has those. But yeah, Satu, the nice guy, was not going to say no to that. Wait, it's like that wind just blew him off the cliff. Of course, you don't seem to take fall damage in this world, so maybe it wouldn't be that much of an issue. Yeah, this is really such a cool opening. Uh, it is quite interesting because to him this is a video game world, but to everybody else it's not. So little things like having an infinite, inventory system that's very different than like, the actual bags that real people would have. And just having a UI in front of his face in general. Like and like skill pop-ups and everything. That's gotta be very interesting. Maybe a little bit annoying in some respects. Although you will be able to see people's names just by looking at them, which would be helpful, to say the least. I may have read Patty's as something else. uh, she is so cute. Plus, I got plenty of money, don't worry about it. Not bad. Live a little. I give it a 7 out of 10. Item acquired. No, thank you. Of course. Is he a thief? Did he just take her wallet? Or they just got a mess? Okay. Uh. No thank you. You're a bit shady. G-Mana, interesting name. Ooh, a dark alley. No, this is just getting less shady all the time, isn't it? It looks like a blood wound. Like the blood from a wound. Like he stabbed her, but... No, but it was a nice surprise. I'm sure. But yeah, magic laundry, you know, why not? Everyday magic. I mean, magic, yeah, tends to make things easier. You speed talk really quickly. In like a slight echo. Yeah, it's like this, don't you get it? Yeah, I don't really get it, but... Makes sense. I'm sure it is. I mean, you know. Well, he's a very special, unique case. He hasn't exactly self-concealment. But for, oh wow, harsh. Uh, yeah, he hasn't been training for years for this magic. He just, you know, put some points into skills. But she's not gonna understand that. It also has a slight aphrodisiac effect. I don't know, do you have a succubus house? You know, like that one in Konosuba? For research purposes, I'd like to check it out. If so. I bet she likes the wind. Well, yeah, a little bit late to ask that now. Yeah, no dragons or anything. Well, no kidding. Well, they're not really mutually exclusive. It's a nice to eavesdrop on people's conversations. Orna. Ooh, level 27. Miko. Interesting. Oh, wow. I don't think Zeno will have a problem with that. We don't like that subs being over the UI like that. It makes it harder to read. Can't really read most of that, but... I mean, it's not a bad title to have. You just picked up on that now? Mission level 310. Wow. How much of that was an over-exaggeration? uh... If it was destroyed by a lesser dragon, then these must not be that helpful. Okay, that one sounds like a problem. Naturally. Oh, but nothing to worry about. Some are better than others. Wow. It's quite the coincidence there. There's very interesting names in this show. Okay, so that's what this is about. Wow. Demons had nothing to do with them. Secret maneuvers, that's a skill. If anyone has to tell you, then you're too far gone. Explosion! Yeah, anyone that disagrees with us is a demon, naturally. It's not flawed logic at all. Kidnapping the best skill. Please kick his ass. I mean, I'm sure you're not, but... Oh, that may have been wrong. I thought I was just gonna give him a stern talking to. Amplify voice. How many points does he have for these skills? Swindling, another valuable skill. False accusation. You're just so oddly specific. Holy shit. That escalated quickly. Date the girls, don't have to tell me twice. In fact, you wouldn't even have to tell me once. Well, now I'm ordering you to come with me. Well, you're coming one more or the other, you know, conscious or unconscious. And I'm sure you could break those collars very easily. Please shut this creature up. Somebody shoot an arrow or something. So what exactly happened? uh, if you wanted me to feel dread, you shouldn't have locked me in a room with cute lollies, because that's not gonna happen. Nothing wrong with a good dungeon crawler. Especially, like I said, when it involves cute lollies. But this is a good bonding opportunity for him and them. uh, very fitting names, really. Of course he did. I would love to. Those are Pochi and Tama. Those names are barely any more creative. Because Pochi and Tama are very stereotypical names for those animals. I also got 10,000 other things on my clothes, you know, don't question it. She's gonna be kind of a pain to deal with, isn't she? Yeah, I'm your new master now. Do what I tell you. uh, well, I'm sure just not having Rock Sona use a step up. Honey buns. And man, she is happy. Tama. And Satu has made friends for life now. Yeah, slow down so you don't choke. But yeah, he's found some pretty great pets. And she's there too, I guess. As long as you have a mini-map, it should be fine. And hopefully there's some save locations, and wow, that's bigger than I thought it was. Like, a lot bigger. Of course. I wouldn't expect there to be. Uh, that's not an offer you can say no to. Yeah, nobody would abandon you. You know, nobody sane. Magical gun. They're all pretty low level, though. Fairly big dagger. Yeah, don't yell it. Yes, while I pay attention to yours. That's why that was translated as him. I'm pretty sure he said techie, which is enemy. But I could be wrong. uh, she's not wrong. Thought it's slightly condescending, but... Quickly putting points into skills. Character building on the fly is a very interesting concept. As expected of our master. Not exactly a staff, no. They're impressed. Yeah. Well, that's a lot of skills. Demonology. Like, if somebody made a list of all the skills that he's used in this series, it'd be very long. You know, to sell it to a vendor. uh, and please don't touch my hand with it. You have my spear, and my dagger, and my magical gun. Yeah, that'd be a little bit scary. None of this. What? That wasn't the whole episode. But yeah, another one of those shows that just zooms on by. I guess I'll have to find Zena and get out next episode. But yes, he's making some pretty good progress bonding with the lollies. And I guess the lizard girl as well. Tama and Pochi. And she's far cuter than the Pochi from the anime Mira no Kaikata, which is also airing this season. But there are definitely worse fates than being locked in a room alone with Tama and Pochi. So that was the third episode of Death March. And this episode, we had our day between Satu and Zena, They went around town. Satu continues to learn more about, the setting, the world, the city, and all that. The history, dragons, demons, heroes, all that. And they met up with Orna, a priest, who is apparently familiar with Zena, so they had a little bit of a thing there. And, of course, more trouble, more discrimination against demi-humans, or more importantly, discrimination against adorable lollies, which was a problem. Naturally, they had to put a stop to that. And it turned out that the one asshole was actually a demon, like, one big one-eyed demon thing. And Satu and the girls were sent to some kind of underground labyrinth type deal that they now have to escape from. And that was pretty much the episode. So I'm sure by the time they're actually out of that labyrinth, the girls, all three of them will, have quite a thing for Satu. They'll be more than happy to become his slaves. His pets, whatever you want to call them. Tama and Pochi, which are very much pet names, Just saying. I do want to say that Tama and Pochi are very cute, and anyone would be lucky to have them as party members in their adventuring group. So, thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.